Press releases can drive traffic to your website, increase your media coverage, and improve your search engine position, but only if you use them in the right way. So today you're going to learn how to use a free website that will put your press release in front of more than 200,000 website visitors for free. Also, if you stay until the end of this tutorial, you're going to see the secret methods that I used to get over 30,000 website visitors every day for free. And these methods have allowed my students to generate enormous levels of wealth for themselves and for their families. I'll tell you more about that at the end of this. Okay, so press releases have been around forever. There's no denying it. But thanks to the internet, we can write and distribute them quicker and easier than ever before. So writing a good press release really can send tens of thousands of visitors to your website for free. So today I'm going to show you how to structure your press releases and also how to distribute them for free. And if you want to know about more press release distribution services, tell me in the comments and I'll make a follow-up video to this one, and then you'll have a list that you can just dive into and use whenever you want to. Okay, so let's go to the computer and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so here's a look at the traffic stats of the website we're going to use today. You can see that it's pretty consistent. So over 250,000 visits every month. And if we have a look at the traffic by country, we can see that over 50% of that traffic comes from the United States, followed by India, UK, Canada, and China. And a lot of the traffic is coming through search engines. So that's really good for you. We're going to return to this in a second. We're going to delve into the website. But let me just show you how to create good press releases, because I genuinely want you to get amazing results with this. I have personally got fantastic results with press releases. So have many of my clients. So I know that you can too. Now, the first thing to really focus in on when creating your press releases, well, they must be newsworthy. So you can't just write a press release for the sake of it. There has to be some kind of purpose, something besides just promoting your website. Now, what is considered newsworthy is going to vary from publication to publication and from journalist to journalist. But generally speaking, things like events, website launches, product launches, these can be viewed as newsworthy. But if you want a really good strategy, then latch on to something that is already in the news and how that impacts people in your sector. So we take something that people are already concerned about or interested in, and then we view that through the lens of our particular niche. So even if it's not newsworthy to the general public, it certainly becomes newsworthy to the people in your niche. Next, your press release must link to your website, because there's no point in creating a press release if nothing happens. So you do absolutely need to link to your website. And even if some news agencies add no follow to the link, that's okay, because other people will share your link, other sites will link to it, so you get this secondary SEO benefit. And listen, when it comes to no follow, that is actually beneficial to your overall SEO strategy, because Google expects to see at least a few no follow links pointing to your website. There's nothing worse than having 100% do follow, because that looks spammy. So we need to have no follow in the mix as well. Then your press release must be written in third person. Also, a good length for your press release is around 400 to 500 words long. So these are not massive essays. You can write one in a few minutes, churn it out, move on to the next. However, they must avoid filler and fluff. Now, because they're only, 400 or 500 words long, chances are you're going to get straight to the point, which is what you need to do. So avoid all the filler, all the fluff, and then avoid jargon. So don't use very technical words. Keep it simple, easy to understand. Okay, so when it comes to actually structuring your press release, first of all, add your logo if you have one. That's going to help with your overall branding. And next, probably the most important part of your press release is the headline. Your headline is going to capture people's attention, so it has to be on point. Now, I'm going to give you some templates to use. A good headline to go with might be how to X without Y. Let me bring this in so you can actually see it. Okay, so let me move these around a little bit. So, how to X without Y. Another headline could be X reasons to Y. So maybe 10 reasons to lose weight, or 10 reasons why you need this product. Another example could be, this is how X does Y. I've got a couple more for you, so let's go with the last X you'll ever need. Let me bring that in for you so you can see that. The last X you'll ever need. Let me give you another one. You can now, or you can finally achieve X. Or a really good one that I see quite a lot is X things you need to know about Y. I'll give you one more headline template to use. You won't believe X about Y. Okay, so some headlines there for you. Let's move on to the next part of the structure, because it's going to be the sub-headline. So the purpose of your sub-headline is to pull them in further. So what you can do is build upon the statement you make in the headline so that the sub-headline follows on. Next, you need the date line. So this is going to be the city, your city, wherever the press release is from, plus the date of release. So here you put on the specific date that you want it to be released. Next, we have the lead. So this is going to be just a short paragraph. It's going to add detail to the story. Now, in copywriting, we would sometimes call this a hook. So it's your chance to pull the reader in a little bit further. And then you go into the body. So the main body of your press release is where you get to the real meat of the story. So you go into the most detail. Now, to support all the information in your press release, so this is effectively your press release there. But we can also add in quotes. So if we add a quote, this is your opportunity to position yourself as an expert, as a leader in your niche, because here you can put in a quote from yourself. Even though you're writing this, you have an opportunity to put in a quote from your business. So you might say why all this information, why all the content you add here is important. And it's great to have this human element to your press release, because you're writing here in third person, but when we add a quote, it adds this extra dimension and it makes your story more relatable. I'd say absolutely add a quote either from yourself or someone else in your industry. Now, when it comes to quotes, you have an opportunity to do outreach at this point. So not only can you quote yourself, but you can reach out to one of the leaders or experts in your niche and say, hey, I'm writing a story about X, Y, or Z. I want a quote from someone who's knowledgeable. How do you feel about this? And then use them. And that gives you a networking opportunity, so it can open doors for you. Okay, next we have boilerplate. So your boilerplate is just a way to explain what your website is, what your business is, just in a couple of sentences, and then add links. Also, which I forgot to add to this list is contact information. That's really important because you want to allow other journalists and other websites to get in touch with you, because there's going to be some follow-up to this. If another news agency grabs a hold of it, okay, they might just run with it as is, but chances are a journalist is going to want to email you or phone you up. So at a minimum, include your email address and include your phone number. Now that's how to write and how to structure your press release, but how do you distribute it? Well, we can use a website called prlog, pressreleaselog.org. I'll put that on the screen for you there if you're watching on YouTube. So it's prlog.org, and it allows you to distribute press releases for free. So we previously had a look at the traffic level of this website, so we can see that it gets around 250,000 visits every month. And let me show you something, because if we have a look at the press releases on here, so we go to dashboard, latest news, you do have to sign up for a free account, but you'll notice that at the top you have these premium press releases. You don't need to bother with that, because if we scroll down the page, you're going to get to all press releases. So all these have the potential to get enormous levels of traffic. So if you click on that, have a look at how these guys are structuring their press release. You'll see that it has many of the same elements that we spoke about previously. Now, you'll see that if you click on this, it's going to take us to their website. So you can add links in here. And that link is a no follow, which is okay because they're needed too. And you'll see that there's a couple of links in there as well. And then for the contact information, it's just their email address. So how do you use this? Well, the website makes it really easy to use, because if we go, I've actually lost it. If we go submit a press release, it's going to give you a whole list of benefits of what the free option is here. Click next, and it's going to ask you to validate and verify your account. So you will have to do that, and then you'll be able to add a press release. But the thing here is you have to be consistent, just like any marketing strategy, because when you are consistent, you can achieve outstanding results. Like Matt, he's my student and he's making millions of dollars online thanks to my training. So if you want to know the secret and you really are serious about making money online, you're going to need website traffic. So I will give you the secret methods that I never share on YouTube. You can get them all for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic, and I'll put a link in the description to that as well. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, hit that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me, and I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.